Hello everyone, Razorblade Mango here, and welcome to another episode of Why I'm Excited For... And for this entry, I'm going to continue tooting the horn of the hype train by talking about the next game in one of my favorite game series, Like a Dragon, Gaiden, the man who erased his name. So what is Like a Dragon Gaiden? To answer this question correctly, I think it's important to give a brief overview of the Like a Dragon series in general. Like a Dragon is a series of Japanese crime dramas that have incorporated multiple genres throughout the years, such as action-adventure, beat-em-up, and RPG. Until very recently, the series was known as Yakuza in the West, but it's always been called Like a Dragon in Japan. So, from now on, the series will be known as Like a Dragon everywhere, thanks to its much greater popularity in the West, and to signal that it has strayed from purely centering around the Yakuza. As I've explained to some friends in the past, Like a Dragon has had two eras at this point. One is the action-adventure beat-em-up era that started with the series' inception and ended with Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. And the other era is the RPG one that began with Yakuza 7 and will continue with the upcoming Infinite Wealth. Gaiden is significant for a few reasons. It takes place between these two eras in the story, stars original series protagonist Kazuma Kiryu, and marks a brief return to the classic action gameplay of old. As for why I'm looking forward to Gaiden, well, it should be obvious if you're a longtime viewer of the channel. I've been a fan of the series since I played Yakuza 0 back in 2017, and my love of it has grown since. This series is legendary for its zigzagging tone, incredibly deep side activities, and insane lunacy that never gets old. And I love it for all those reasons and more. Every time these games are announced, they skyrocket to the top tier of priority games in their respective years, and Gaiden is no different. One of the big reasons I'm excited to get my hands on it is to play as Kiryu again. He's an endearing character, and I'm curious to see what happened to him between Yakuza 6 and 7. That new agent fighting style of his looks like so much fun to play around with too. Especially now that you can grab people with a wire and toss their asses around like Spider-Man. It looks so insane, and I love it. This might sound strange, but I also appreciate that Gaiden is going to be a smaller sized game compared to its peers. That can potentially lead to a lot of fat being trimmed off of the main campaign, so that we get something that's lean and precise with its storytelling. I'm also an advocate for smaller environments that focus on density and cramming as many activities and side missions into that smaller space as possible. As for any red flags, I don't have any per se, but I do have one complaint about this title already. Like a lot of people who advocate physical media, I'm annoyed that this is going to be a digital-only title. Despite its shorter scope and length compared to other Like a Dragon games, I don't think an entry in a series as big as this should be relegated to digital only. This also isn't some indie studio working on a limited budget. This is a AAA production from a big publisher like Sega. There is no excuse for there not to be a physical release at launch. I think the lack of one is a mistake on Sega's part, and along with the upcoming Alan Wake 2, it sets a very concerning precedent for future AAA games being digital only. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, will launch on November 9th, 2023 worldwide for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC, priced at $49.99 US or your regional equivalent. With Final Fantasy XVI out, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, is easily my most anticipated game for the remainder of 2023. Yes, even more so than Spider-Man 2 and Starfield. November 9th can't get here soon enough, and I'm confident Like a Dragon Gaiden will be a damn tasty snack before Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth launches next year.